Hi there, this is me, Aiyun, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss the product management role and how to be successful one. So, in the table of contents, we're going to have like four main points. It's about the role itself, what the product manager role covers, the basic and important frameworks, about the execution part, and on the tips on how to become a really good PM in your firm. So, who is the product manager and what the product management is? So, this is a discipline that discovers, defines, and delivers products, and it's about the bringing the value for the users and as well as businesses. It's a concept that unites three different aspects: the users, business, and technology. But when we say users, we always keep in mind the people, right? People who need this product, businesses for whom the product is very valuable and important, and the technology is what the tech stack you would be using in this technology advised in AI powered world. So, what usually the product managers actually do? The first thing that what they do is of course the communication. They talk to users. They want to talk to users by using different tactics, and the main one is having the surveys and interviews. The next one would be defining the problem. So using the briefs or the PRDs, you need to define the problem in order to have the solution to the problem, right? The next will be the prioritization. You prioritize what you need to build and how you need to build now, later, or in a bit in the future. The next would be alignment of the team. So you need to align your task with different teams, right? So it's not only about design team, but as well as marketing, sales, engineering, accounting, and etc. The next would be about their ability to measure the outcomes. It's using of specific metrics and how to run the different experiments. And the last one, of course, the communication, how you're able to communicate with the stakeholders. Because without a communication, you're not able to reach your goals and your tasks successfully. So here I've tried to bring the differentiation and the common thing of three product related roles. Of course, it depends on the firm and the corporation. There can be like very large amounts of the product related roles, right? The positions. But here I've differentiated the three ones: product manager, product owner, and product marketing manager. So before saying the product manager is a person who owns and answers always about the what and why, is designing about the strategy and roadmap and knowing the market. A product owner is a person who takes the ownership of the entire product from its development and working with the teams, with different teams, also Scrum teams and engineering. So he's the person who makes mostly the execution part, right? And the last, the product marketing. It's a product marketing manager. So the marketing manager is always interested what's going to happen once the product appears in the market, right? So product marketing and sales actually goes together hand in hand. It starts with the product positioning and how you're going to bring that message to your audience, to the market. And markets can be different, both local and international. And of course, it's also about the drawing the analytics, how your product is getting competitive in this specific market. Very, very important thing about the PM is that you need to be tech savvy anyways, right? You need to have that, stack, a skill stack, both soft and hard skills in order to be successful in your role. So that's why I've included main 6 points that it's about the communication, critical thinking, about being user empathy, data fluency, technical literacy, and about the leadership. So once in a while, you still need to have the ability to use the tech stack, right? It's about having especially you're using the data, right? So you have to have the knowledge of SQLing, or maybe some programming languaging, maybe some design tools, and of course the ability to lead the teams, different teams. Could it be on your in-house teams or in your customers, from the customer side and the client side? But anyways, these are the main six skill set that's necessary for PMs to become successful in their roles. So product management is actually a cycle. It always starts with the idea. You discover something, right? And then you work over it. You manage the entire cycle. And so there are main components as you're being discovering the idea, defining, designing, building, launching, and learning. So discovery part is always the initial one, starts with the idea, and then how you define the idea, and you're able to design the product by using different skills and becoming already the execution part of it, right? Building is the part when you already start like building it at the level where you're already presenting prototypes. And of course then the last it would be about launching and about learning the product after it's been launched, how you're going to maneuver the product in the market, whether it's going to be again in the local domestic market and even harder one in the international market. So the discovery part touches upon the ability to solve the right problem. You solve the right problem, and you need to know what the problem is, right? So whose problem is it? What's the actual job behind it? What are the solution? Like why not you're using the solution right now? And what would be the changes that you expect? Is it that you're expecting the changes right now, or or later? But anyways, it's about the solving the right problem. You need to know what are the issues, and you need to have all the resources to be able to use those the resources into problem solving. The research is coming from the part how you negotiate and how you interact with your users, and there are three main types of the research: generative, evaluative, and quantitative. And each of these types is using specific principles how to tackle with those type, right? So generative is about having these open-ended interviews, how you discover the problems, and of course, it's about how you communicate with the users. It's going to be like five users or even more, but the minimum is five. Evaluative, it's already starts with the stage when you have the prototypes, when you validate the solution, and you ask about the behavior, what they did, and what they would do. And quantitative, it's about analytics, service, and about having the behavioral data. So you need to be able to tell the story, which is very important. Having the ability to say the right story about your product is going to be a very crucial part. So when we're having the PRD, then it's going to use several specifications, right? So we need to know how to tackle the problem, the goals that we're meeting, to have the interaction with users and be able to create the use cases, how we're sketching the solution, ability to measure our success, to have the success metrics. And of course, at the end is the open questions, how we're able to answer these questions and being able to respond to those open questions. One of the main things, collaboration. How PMs, project manager or product manager, I'm sorry, they're able to collaborate with different teams, with people in the teams. So PMs are about why and what. UX is what it feels, on the design side, how you craft the experience and the flows. And engineering is how this all works. It's about building it well and building it sustainably. But of course, first of all, it starts with how you define the problems and what outcomes you're bringing to it. Metrics, how you're having those main metrics: pirate metrics, acquisition, activation, retention, referral, and revenue. So acquisition is when again you have your users and how you find your users. Activate, how you get this first experience. retention, how your users are coming back to you, referrals, if they're ready to tell your story or tell about you as a firm and as a PM to others, right? And the last one is about the revenue, how you measure the payment side, because the payment ability is one of them, one of the main things about the metrics. The last thing is would be the errors that every new PM product manager should eliminate. It's building features, not problems, but it's not. Actually, you need to be able to solve the problems, and it always starts with whys and with every times. Then having it's about the strategy, you need to say that you need to possess this strategy to have the ability to eliminate the options, right, and get and choose the right one. If you cannot measure your success, you cannot learn it. So it's about shipping without measuring, and you should never confuse activity with progress. So progress is different and activity is different. When how you in your engineering trade-offs, how you have that stack, engineering stack, and it's about not having the product depth, right? So your technology that you're utilizing is very, very important. Do not neglect the fact that of using the right tech stack. And of course, the last one is about decision making, which is always goes hand in hand with people. It's not about the reports, it's not about the documentation, but it's about making the decision altogether with people. It's not a job that's being done only by PMs. So if you have the mind to grow, so the way how the PMs grow is ability to ship, right? To ship something is different than having a different project, and in the end of the day, to bringing something real. It's how you talk to at least talking to 5 users a week, even if it's just your friends or a client. You need to have the ability of communicating it right to them, to the audience. How you write more strategy memos, weekly updates, and learning the craft next to yourself. It's again how tech savvy you're becoming, and learning new programming languages, SQLs, SQLink, yeah, the design tools, etc. And of course, having a right mentor and your ability in the future to become a mentor yourself. So the last thing would be that product manager is about having the mindset of PM, right? Product mindset. And if we say it in the simple words, it's how you're able to solve the real problems. It's how you're shipping to learn, how you prioritize all your tasks, and how you're collaborating with your team. So it's main things like 4 points that you need to have the ability to navigate, or as well as those other features that you're possessing yourself, like naturally as a PM, because the problem solving is the thing that you're not probably able, or like being collaborative in a team. It's whatever you naturally natural your soft skill. So thank you very much for your time. It was a really, I believe it was a really good, informative presentation for you. Reach me out if you have any questions. And yeah, good luck in becoming a great PM. These were the basics, but I'm sure that they will have like more things to touch upon. Good luck. Bye bye.